How's it going? It's Rocky. Welcome to week 23 of our trading journey in the year 2024. Apologies for being MIA last week, and the three topics that I want to discuss today. The first one is the status of our 21 funded accounts, which amounted to $550,000, or at least that's the clickbait, right? Topic 2 will be an update on my self-funded live account. And topic 3 will be what's next on my trading journey with prop firms, or something that I like to call funding firms. But before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. This is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions. All right, let's get to it. Get started with our topic number 1, which is what happened to our 21 funded accounts. So that 21 funded accounts amounted to $550,000, and what that means is, as you can see from the snapshot that I did about a week ago, the first 20 of these accounts were $25,000 account. So 25,000 times 20 is equal to $500,000. Sounds cool, doesn't it? And then the 21st account was a 50K account with Top Step, so that's why it's 550,000. So that's the clickbait, but in reality, what that amounted to is, with the $25,000 account, it had a drawdown of about $1,500 per account. So multiply that by 20, that equates to $30,000, and then if you add the drawdown from Top Step, which was $2,000. In reality, I like to look at it the realistic way, right? I like to look at it as a $32,000 drawdown for those 21 accounts. But if you are also being optimistic, another way to look at it was those $25,000 accounts equated to 4 contracts each. So those 4 contracts times 20, that equated to 80 contracts. And then the Top Step had an ability to trade up to 5. However, due to their scaling, you start with 2. So in reality, that's 2 contracts. So with 82 contracts, if you were to trade your own money, for example, with NinjaTrader, you're able to trade with a day margin, which is a lot smaller than having a full margin, which allows you to hold overnight. But anyway, just to keep it simple, on NinjaTrader, 1 contract of E-mini, you just need a minimum of $500, at least for the YM. So in reality, multiply that by 500, really that amounts to about $41,000 that you needed on a self-funded account to be able to trade 82 contracts. But really, who is in their right mind would trade 82 contracts in one go? I will tell you that for YM, you don't do that, and that's the reason why there's a big difference between trading a simulation account to a live account, because if you watch the DOM, you'll notice what the volume is, at least for the YM. For the ES and NQ, probably doable. But anyway, I'm blabbering on. So what happened to these 21 funded accounts that I did have? I had a post on last Friday here. It was the day 29. This was actually the final day of those performance accounts. Unfortunately, my weakness, right? Letting my losers go too long. That's you could say, my biggest weakness. But the true root cause there, which I want to improve on, is not moving my stop. It's as simple as that, but it's definitely very difficult to do. But what happened there was, on Friday of last week, I had an entry. Within a few minutes, it went up plus 200 points, and I was short. And unfortunately, I kept moving my stop because I was not ready to accept my loss. And because of that, my hard work of trading that performance account ever so slowly for a total of 29 trading days went away. So that was a pretty depressing day for me. I'm not going to lie. As you know, I am trading full time. I'm having a difficulty finding a W-2. So this was my way to at least earn some income to provide for my family and pay the bills. And that was my last hurrah. So right now I'm just really trying to figure out what's going to happen next. But there's the truth there. That's what happened. And I'm just doing the best I can to move on And that is why I stopped posting, because it was quite emotional and I just really needed to grasp the event that just happened and be able to regurgitate that and try to improve from it and come out a lot stronger from it. And just to add insult to my own injury, if you look here, basically before I blew up my account, this was at roughly 25,800. So if you had the calculator, putting it back here, $800 profit per account times 20, I was already at a $16,000 profit. I just needed to get to a total of 30,000 minimum and I would have been able to withdraw, but that's just what happened. So I learned from it. I'll move on and hopefully I can do better on the next one. So our topic number 2 is our self-funded live account. You can see on this dashboard here, I am using NinjaTrader, and so far our account has a total of $2,000 for the account itself. And if we scroll down a little bit on the balance history here, as you can see on this balance history, I tried to do a live account in end of 2023, but there were some issues, so I had to withdraw it. And then it wasn't until recently on May 4th. On May 4th, I deposited $1,000 with the account. And with this account, I was able to grow that to about 1,700 or so. And it was during this time, you can see this dip right here that got it down to really $420. That was the day that I lost my 21 funded accounts because I was trading it with my live account. And then for this week, if you look at the chart, we were at about $420, and I decided to add $1,000 to it. So got to about $1,434 and ending the week at close to $2,000 as you see up there. And we'll go to the statement page to show you my progress on this self-funded live account. On the self-funded live account, you have this ability to look at your account balance history, and we will look at this week. Let's do that starting on June 1st to today, June 7th. And if you run that here, you can see that the account started with $420, and then it went up here because I deposited $1,000 to it. But you did see here on Monday it was a negative $262, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, thankfully, I was able to recover the losses and make some profits. So let's look at our total on how we did on our self-funded account. Our ending cash is $2,164. However, I did deposit $1,000 to the account this week, so we will subtract that, so $1,000. So really our ending cash is $1,164. And we will subtract our starting cash, which was $420.08. And for the week, it was a meager $581.56. So this is how I'm going to continue trading back to a live account, because there's no rules, right? It's money that I myself can withdraw at any time, and I'm hoping to grow this. And essentially, moving forward, because I have restarted my journey, which will be on topic number 3. I restarted my journey again with the funding firms. I'm now going to lead with the live account. With this live account, I know it's real money. I mean, the funding firm is also real money. I've invested, per se, a lot on the accounts that I've used so far, so they are real money. But the effect of it was a little different because I knew it was a funding firm account. So to change that mentality from now on the trade copier, I will start leading with a live account, which is this account right here that has $2,000 at the moment. So in reality, with that $2,000, I could trade up to 3 E-minis comfortably. So yeah, it's great to be focusing on the live account again. That's how I started in 2020 when I traded in futures. It was always the live account. The difference is I finally learned how to use NinjaTrader, so I don't need to have, at least $10,000 to just trade one E-mini. Now I can trade one E-mini with just $500. All right, topic 3, which I alluded to, is restarting the journey again with the funding firm. And because there was a 90% off, I decided, why not? Let's just get 20 accounts. I know I can't afford the activation fees on these 20 just yet, but that could be a motivation in my self-funded account, right? Or my self-funded account, make the money there so I am able to pay for the activation fees for these should I pass them. Hopefully I pass them within a month, and that is the goal that we're setting for ourselves. And with this account, we are on day number 2, and they are both above the 0 line. So about 150 on the first day and a little above 360 on the second day, which was a good performance there. And something I want to point out that I changed up on this journey that I'm having is that I am no longer using the 25K account. I decided to go back to when I first started this journey on August 2023 with a funding firm. I started with 100K static accounts back then. It's something that I wanted to go back to because I realized with those 25K accounts, the mental pressure of this drawdown was getting to me, which affected the way I traded. Hopefully with this static, I can go back to my normal way of trading, but who knows, right? Static is a lot more expensive as far as the monthly goes, and also for the activation fee, each one of these for a lifetime is $240 each. Compared to the 25K account, the lifetime fee for that was $150. So I spent $3,000 on those 20 accounts that I lost. So for this one, $240, that's almost $5,000 investment if I do pass. So it's going to be tricky, but one step at a time. Goal right now is to try and pass, and at this time around, I don't know if I can afford activating all 20 if I do that. So what's different with these static accounts is essentially, you can only trade 2 E-minis with these, and the profit goal is $2,000. And there is no trailing drawdown, which makes Apex really difficult. They do have a total drawdown here of $625. So as long as my account does not fall below $99,375, then I should be okay. Of course, there's not a lot of room to work with, but it's okay because I trade small anyway. And what's great here is, well, you can look at it depending on how you trade. To me, it's a great thing that I'm limited to just 2 contracts, so it prevents me from any tilt days where I am trading a bigger size than I should be. So that's the great part about the static account. Again, what's not so good about it is a very expensive activation fee, but I'm hoping that this time around we will have more success. And of course, because transparency is important to me, and this is not really a badge of honor because it's quite embarrassing. You can see here my evaluation. The first one is at 481, and our very last one is 500. So yes, it's embarrassing. Yes, I have spent that much money in evaluation accounts that I could have used to fund a self-funded life account. But the difference here is that with this one, I was able to use a credit card, which is a bad leverage. But anyway, this is my last attempt at this, and hopefully once I turn these to PAs, I can go back to posting again on social media on our daily progress to this. So thank you everyone for continuing to follow my journey. This is not just something I do for entertainment, right? This is my livelihood, and I am trying to make this work. All right, thank you all. I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one.